Good morning, friends. Welcome to Take Two for this Wednesday, the 10th of April, 2019. It's hump day, and I hope you're having a great one so far. I hope your midweek is just as wonderful as the beginning was and the ending is going to be. Well, I am Jeanne, and I'm so pleased to be with you today. So let me just greet you in a few languages. Bonjour or salut, that would be in French. Hola, that's in Spanish. Buongiorno, good morning in Italian. Let's see, let's try a few more obscure ones. How about Maltese? Bangu. How about Filipino? Kamusta? Hey, this is all different languages, but it means the same thing. Good morning or hello. How about aloha? That means goodbye and hello. Or in Italian, the informal one would be ciao, and ciao is either hello or goodbye. You know, no matter how you say it, it's the same greeting. I'm greeting you in what is a native language to so many others around the world. Now, just because we speak English, and just because when you go and you watch like science fiction movies and stuff, everybody speaks English no matter what planet they're from, that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. There are countless languages around the world, hundreds upon hundreds of languages. And then in addition to different languages, there's different dialects of the language. You know, for us, you know, who only speak English, and maybe that's the only native language we speak no other language. If anything other than our own sounds completely foreign, and we can't even differentiate between those languages. I'll give you an example. When Michael and I went to India back in 1999, we had a dear brother there named Charlie Tom, and he had a ministry to orphans in Andhra Pradesh region is where he was doing this. Now that is hundreds upon hundreds of miles from his native Kerala, which is down in the south. He was doing work more towards the center and north. And I remember somebody was rattling away to us in the language of the people of Andhra Pradesh, and I turned to Charlie, and I said, "Charlie, what is he saying?" And Charlie said, "I don't know. I don't speak his language." Now, to me, whether he was speaking the native dialect of Kerala or the native dialect of the Andhra Pradesh region, to me, it sounds the same. It's just, to me, it sounds all gibberish. I don't understand it, but it was two complete, distinct, separate tongues. And he said, "I am taking language learning classes now so that I can learn the language of Andhra Pradesh so that I could work here among these people and have this orphanage here." But isn't that funny? To us, it all sounded the same. Well, let me tell you something that I was studying with Michael the other day about native languages. And that was, we were doing a little Bible devotion out of this little devotional book. And we came across this, and I'm going to read it to you out of the Gospel of John in the New Testament in chapter 8. And listen to this. Jesus said to them, he was talking to the masses, Jesus said, "If God were your father, you would love me, for I have come here from God. I have not come on my own. God sent me. Why is my language not clear to you? Because you are unable to hear what I say. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding the truth, for there's no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies." Wow, you know, I never thought about it before now, but I guess the devil's native language is lying. Do you know people like that? Do you know people that no matter what comes out of their mouth, there's some kind of little twisted untruth into what they're saying, and sometimes it's just a big old bold-faced lies? I knew somebody I worked with years and years ago, a gal in an office that I worked with for a short while, and she always found other things to do other than her work. And when the supervisor would come in, the supervisor would say, "Did you start on that project?" I'm getting there, or I'm starting on it, or working on it. And then the person would leave, the supervisor, and she'd giggle and say, I haven't even started on that yet. And I think, my gosh, you do realize you just lied to our supervisor. But to her, it was like, yeah, I'm thinking about working on it, so I guess that's close enough. But the truth is, her native language, sadly, was lying because she did not tell the truth. So we have to retweak our thinking, boys and girls. We have to really think long and hard. When stuff comes out of my mouth, what is my native language? Is my native language love languages? Do I approach things with a loving attitude and loving words, or is my native language a selfish language where I make it all point towards me to benefit myself? What is my language? I want my language to be a language of love. I really have been challenged by this, boys and girls, truthfully, because I don't want my native language to be a language of lies, or a language of exaggerations, or a language of selfishness, or a language of cruelty. You know, sometimes you're watching a show like Judge Judy. I'm not pointing a finger, but over and over and over again, she calls people idiots and morons. Now, those two words I do not care for, and I try not to have in my language. But there are those out there who think, now, and I know, for her, it's just kind of old Hollywood, but please understand, there are folks that if you don't agree with the way they think about something, they're automatically an idiot or a moron, instead of saying they're just a person who has a different opinion about something. It may be diametrically opposed to your opinion. Now, I'm not talking about something that's clearly a wrong thing, like going and murdering people or you know, doing some cruel, horrible thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in everyday life. Like, oh, I think that house would look really pretty if you painted it hot pink or purple. And you go, why would anybody do that? That makes them an idiot or a moron. Well, you know what? If they like hot pink and purple for their house, that's their opinion and their choice. Just because you don't like it and it's not your opinion doesn't make them stupid and you right. It makes you different. So I pray today in my heart, and I hope for you too, that you think long and hard what your native language is. I'd like my native language not only to be English, but also to be a language of love and understanding and fairness. Okay? Now, go be a blessing to somebody today. You know, you might end up being the only one who is. If you have found yourself calling people names or not being totally truthful or honest, or you know somebody who's going through those very struggles and they don't know how to verbalize, teach them a language of love, be a language of love to them and a language of understanding, and that will be a blessing. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, Jeannesigler. Hit that subscribe button, and of course, for the greatest in music, programming, lots of fun stuff, don't forget to tune in to my radio station, WRMZ.org, and hit that listen button. And let me tell you something else, boys and girls. You will always have loving language coming through the airwaves when you tune to RAM FM, because that's what we strive to really do. Okay, so let me look at just a couple of other words here. How about farewell? How about well, ciao would be the same in English for hello or goodbye, and aloha would be the same. So let's just leave it at that, and let's just say in English, bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye-bye.